All right, let's jump right in. We're about to talk about a fundamental rewrite of the rules for business, for success, for entrepreneurship itself. Everything you thought you knew about what it takes to build something big has changed. And I'm not talking about in the last few years, I mean in the last few weeks.
For generations, if you wanted to start a company, you needed a very specific checklist, right? You needed money, you needed connections, a big team, and of course, some pretty deep technical skills. Well, guess what? For the first time ever, none of that really matters anymore. Those barriers, they're just evaporating, practically overnight.
So let's just put the big question right on the table. What if you didn't need to hire a team? What if you could just have an idea, describe it, and an AI could just execute it for you? I'm not talking about answering your questions. I mean actually running the marketing department, handling the tech, the day-to-day operations. It sounds like total science fiction, but it's happening right now.
This is what a lot of people are calling the Great Reset. It's one of those rare moments in history where the entire playing field is being leveled in real time. Suddenly, the power isn't just with the people who have all the capital or the fancy credentials. Nope, it's with anyone. Anyone who has an idea and is willing to create.
And I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way on the left, it was all about friction. It was slow, it was expensive, it was incredibly risky. But the new way, the friction is almost completely gone. You don't have to be some coding genius or raise millions of dollars. You just need to be able to describe your goal.
Look, this isn't just some small improvement. It's a massive, seismic shift. You know, for maybe the first time ever, the single biggest advantage you can have is just your speed of adoption. The people who jump on this now, the ones who are willing to learn and create with these new tools, they're the ones who are going to define the next decade.
So what is this technology that's driving this whole revolution? Well, it's a category of AI that is fundamentally different from what most of us have been playing with. And we've got to be super clear about this. This is not just another chatbot. This is a digital workforce.
Okay, so the magic word here is agentic AI. These are not passive tools that just sit there waiting for your next command. Oh no, they are autonomous systems. Think of it like this. You don't give it a step-by-step recipe. You just say, hey, cater a dinner party for 10 people on Saturday. You give it the big, high-level goal, and the AI agent creates and then executes the entire plan to make it happen, working 24/7.
This really nails the critical difference. With the AI we're all familiar with, like ChatGPT, you ask a question, you get an answer. It's a conversation. With agentic AI, you give it a mission, and it takes action. It's delegation. It's literally the difference between asking for the recipe and having a world-class chef just show up and cook the entire meal for you. And this is where it starts to get, honestly, kind of mind-melting. These agents operate just like a human employee. They can have their own email address, run social media accounts. You can even give them a credit card with a spending limit. They can create files, organize them. They can even create other AI agents and delegate tasks to them. You're basically creating a self-organizing digital company from scratch.
All right, so let's get practical. Look, this isn't just some far-off theory. People are actually building with these tools today. So what are they using? Right now, there are two main platforms that are really leading the charge in this new agentic world.
So we're seeing two main types of platforms pop up. On one side, you've got these corporate, cloud-based tools like Anthropic Cowork, which are designed for big, established businesses. But on the other side, and this is the part that's a total game changer for you and me, are open source platforms like OpenClaw. Because it's open source, it is completely free for anyone to download and run on their own personal computer. That is radical accessibility.
And that's exactly why you might be hearing all this buzz about people rushing out to buy Mac Minis. It's just a simple, self-contained, secure way to create a dedicated brain for your new AI workforce, totally separate from your main work computer.
Okay, I know this all sounds a bit abstract, so let's lock it in with a concrete, real-world example that is, honestly, it's pretty shocking. It really shows just how powerful this shift actually is.
Okay, remember this number, 18. That's 18 years. 18 years of work experience for an expert investor in a very, very specific field.
His whole career is built on a strategy called social arbitrage. So basically, he spends hours every single day analyzing thousands of social media comments, just looking for these subtle shifts in what people are getting excited about. He's trying to find investment opportunities before Wall Street catches on. This is a super complex skill he's been honing for almost 2 decades.
Now get ready for the next number, 48. That is the number of hours it took an AI agent to perfectly replicate his entire complex 18-year-old methodology.
Just let that sink in for a second. Someone just told an AI agent running on a Mac Mini, hey, Replicate what this investor does. And in 2 days, the AI had figured out his entire process and was just doing it, 24/7, watching videos, scanning comments, identifying trends. Think about that. 18 years of human expertise, cloned in 48 hours.
Okay, so how do you actually make money with this, right now? Well, here's a blueprint that people are using that's working. Step 1, find a local business, say an HVAC company, that's leaking money because they miss after-hours calls. Step 2, you build an AI agent to fix that one problem for them for free. Step 3, you show them the immediate results, the increased revenue. And bam, you instantly become their indispensable AI guy on a monthly retainer. Do that for 10 or 20 clients, and you're building a $500,000 a year business.
This is, without a doubt, a gold rush moment. And just like every other gold rush in history, the biggest opportunity goes to the people who get there first. This isn't a permanent state of affairs. It's a unique window in time, and that window is not going to stay open forever.
And the people who are deep in this space are practically screaming about this. The urgency is extreme. The advantage that exists right now will not exist in 6 months. The time to understand this, to adopt it, and to start building is not next quarter. It is like today.
This timeline really puts it into perspective. Right now, this is the Wild West, the open frontier. It's the opportunity. But in just 6 months, it's going to be a competitive rush, with everybody scrambling for the same ideas. And in a year, it's just a crowded market, and that massive advantage is gone. The time to act is now.
So, where do you even begin? Well, it's actually simpler than you think. You don't need a PhD. Here's a 24-hour plan. Go to a fast-moving social platform like TikTok or X, search for AI. And here's the most important part. Filter the results for content posted just in the last week. Seriously, things are moving so fast. Last month's news is ancient history. Just watch what people are already building, and you will get up to speed incredibly fast. And this brings us to the biggest mind shift of all. In all the previous tech booms, the main goal was to try and join the right rocket ship company, right? But this time, it's different. The tools are so powerful, so accessible, that the real opportunity isn't just about joining a company. It's about creating your own, from scratch, faster than was ever possible before.
So it really all comes down to this. The technology to build an entire business with little more than an idea is no longer a future concept. It's here. It's a present reality. The tools are available. Many of them are free. The window of opportunity is wide open, for now. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?